Welcome to our Thursday night live stream.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Joe.
And we are two crazy ketos. Happy Thursday night, everybody. We are like just getting into this year.
Yeah.
It's happening. And I'm doing a total January thing right now.
What are you doing?
And that is I'm going through all of our stuff so that we can have a yard sale on Saturday.
Okay.
I feel like that is something that you do when you're making the switch over from like holiday time.
Right.
Because
this is called we need to empty out the storage unit.
Because I'm tired of paying rent for my stuff.
Because we're tired of paying rent for it.
But,
and my feeling is it's pretty much anything in there we don't need. We live with that for over a year. We haven't had it for over a year. So do we need it?
We don't. Right. I mean, we're rediscovering new clothing for sure. There are some things that now that you've been away from it, I'm like, well, this isn't even my style anymore.
Right.
Which is kind of funny. But I think that when you put away even the Christmas stuff and you're going to bring back out the things that like live where the Christmas tree lives on Christmas,
right?
Do you do a little bit of purging? I always do a little bit of purging.
Right.
Now, we haven't had to put away Christmas decorations in 2 Christmases, but I still feel like this feels very January.
Welcome to our Thursday live stream. If you are new here, our Thursday live streams are a chance to hang out with the community and answer questions about keto and carnivore. If you have a question, go ahead and type question. And then whatever your question is, or use the super chat function. That's a little $sign. It's down below in the chat window. When you do that, it does help benefit the channel. But more importantly, it's going to highlight our screen so we don't miss your question.
Chris Bear is testing creatine in Keto Chow. That is very cool.
Yeah.
What's next for this amazing company?
We actually pulled out the Innova out of storage today. So perfect timing.
It was.
Because I've been emptying out our freezer and we had a picanha.
Oh my gosh.
From, I think I got them in Costco. Something like that. I mean, it's been in the freezer for a couple of years, but was cryo wrapped or whatever.
It was great.
The problem with getting picanhas from Costco is it comes 2 in a package, but we only need 1. But we have to cook 2 because they were frozen.
2 and 2.
So now with the Innova, we can reheat it without overcooking it because it's a sous vide.
Yeah, because nobody's like, oh, you got too much picanha and you don't know what to do with all of it. No, everybody's like,
perfect.
Screw you.
Put it in the smoker for about an hour and a half to an internal temperature of 126, 27 degrees. Then I used my sous vide blowtorch to just char the fat on the outside.
I was weak in the knees, y'all. And I was just sitting there because you sliced me off like a responsible portion. Like what I would think any adult person would be like, wow, yes. And then you looked over me and you're like, you want more, don't you? And I was like, yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I completed that amount as well.
John said ancient picanha. It was very good.
It was very good.
Yeah, I mean it's
well done on the freezer bag.
It's definitely more than 2 years in the freezer because we've been here for a year and like 4 months, and it was in the freezer long before that.
That cow and me may have the same birthday.
It was. Very
I don't know.
Chris said, to be clear, I'm not adding creatine to packaged keto chow. I'm adding it to my keto chow that I'll have as ice cream tomorrow.
I can't wait to see what's going to happen. Like. What are you thinking is going to happen as a result of that, of this experiment?
Connie said hello from Fountain, Florida. I have
where is Fountain, Florida? Where is that? Yeah.
I have no idea. Lynn's here, said late to live, but hello everyone. We just really got started.
You're right on time.
Andy said I'm in the process of making almond cookies using all of my extra lard from air frying a pork belly.
As we are cleaning up everything, it feels good to use up all the stuff that's just been freeloading in the pantry, in the freezer.
We're running out of meat in the freezer other than chicken. We're going through everything.
I can't believe it, but it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good thing. I feel good because it's really nice. Like I had to go to Walmart today to get a couple of yard sale signs because I don't have that. And it's nice to just pass by all of the grocery shopping and need to do none of it.
Right.
That really is a blessing. Talk about getting January started, right?
Marie said, hello, everyone. Got my new
Hi.
package of grape salty. Yum. I love the grape salty. I really like the apple. I hope they make it a regular flavor.
I love the apple. I will say.
I was very upset and sad because I went to add a caramel vibes to one of my keto chows, and we are out of caramel vibe. I have no caramel vibe, and it's very disappointing.
I may have a secret stash because I don't like to share my caramel vibe. However, silver lining, I was making myself a salty today, and I grabbed this is the test, hoping it was the apple. It was not. It was a grape.
Nice.
So that is waiting in the refrigerator for you, sir.
I think you should drink it.
To enjoy.
Lynn said, did you guys talk about the food pyramid being flipped upside down? No, we have not. Not yet. Anthony, actually, I didn't even tell you this. Anthony called me today to ask me what I thought. And I'm like, it's awesome. I mean, this is why you stay off of social media, except for Two Crazy Ketos channel.
Right.
I see a lot of people in social media, like when the news outlets all posting it, saying that, nasty things about RFK and that he's on drugs and this is horrible. He's not a doctor.
Well, I am not a doctor.
I actually responded to one comment.
And my food pyramid looks very similar.
I responded to one comment where it was like, so I'm going to go by my doctor who absolutely has more nutritional advice and nutritional expertise than RFK. And so I have to comment back that no,
she doesn't.
Your doctor does not, because she's talking about my doctor went to medical school for 4 years, and it's and he got all of about 6 hours of nutrition in those 4 years.
To be honest, I'm very much praying that everybody looks at this through the lens of what is it, Melanie? Is it Melanie from Gone with the Wind?
Okay.
So they get into the carriage, Scarlett and Melanie and a whore. And the whore wants to donate money to the cause. And so Scarlett's like, we don't want your dirty money because we don't like you and we don't like what you do. And so we're not taking it. And so Melanie was like, this money we'll spend. We're not taking it because you don't like the person.
Right.
Right. So I'm really hoping that people aren't going to be like, la, 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 because I don't like the mouth it's coming out of.
Unfortunately, we're getting that on both sides. We're not going to get political. But
my mouth will say it. If you like my mouth better.
You're getting that on both sides. It's because the other side says it. It's wrong no matter what. And so, but we're not going to get into the political aspect. I think it's a great thing. And I love the fact that, he's pretty much doubled what you should be doing as protein.
Yeah. I really feel like this is a win. I loved how Ryan Lowry actually posted a little clip, an old one from South Park, where Carmen calls in a national emergency to say, it's all in the pyramid. Flip it. The answer is flip it. And it is sort of flip it, right?
Shimmers of a Diamond said chocolate peanut butter will be here on Tuesday, which reminds me.
Good job. That one's delicious.
Salty.
Yes.
And where's my thing?
It
Salty.
A new prototype.
Has a new prototype. You can order it through Keto Chow, or you can order it through our Salty link. If you use our Salty link, you're going to get 10% off, but you're only going to get salty stuff there. Or you can use our Keto Chow link and you can get 10% off and buy Salty through Keto Chow. But Salty has a new prototype. It is chocolate peanut butter, and it is amazing. Yeah. It is really, really very good. Tasty. So that's one of the ones when you place an order, you can order the prototypes and then let them know what you think. So everybody needs to get it and then tell them to make it a flavor because it's a really good flavor. Andy
said, Susan and I watched K-pop Demon Hunters the other night. Talk about true friendship and getting rid of demons in your life. I love that. That movie, the soundtrack is freaking awesome. I keep seeing different reels where it's the first time you watch it and you're just in normal clothes and you're just watching it. And the second time you're watching it, you're bopping your head to it. And by the third time you're watching it, you're actually cosplaying the outfits because it's that It sucks you in. It's so good.
Lynn said, I'm an RN. I teach whole food diets.
I like it. Robin said RFK has some of it right and some of it wrong. I don't approve of the process by which they did this. I don't think we're ever going to do things perfectly.
No.
I don't. But
I mean, how we got the first pyramid was completely wrong. And it was completely based literally off of a false study.
Yeah. So I'm not a ends justify the means gal, but like, I'm really thankful that I'm looking at a food pyramid that hopefully will be there when our grandbabies are going to school.
Listen, the biggest thing with it is, I mean, even when you look at it, I mean, fruits and veggies are up on the top.
Yeah, so if you're somebody who
it
doesn't
just,
have to be
but
keto
along with meat and healthy fats, that what everybody's upset with is that grains are all the way on the bottom. But the bottom line is, number one, you don't need grains. Number two, the grains in the United States are poison.
It's funny because before you go on, like, I was thinking about this morning, totally unrelated, but like woke up. Do you ever wake up and you're like, well, that was a weird thought, but where'd that come from? But I was thinking, I woke up this morning thinking, for anyone who talks about whatever we eat being over, processed, like the meat we eat is processed, or like even vegetables processed, nothing that is considered a whole food is more processed than like bread and pasta. When you're talking about like how many hands are on it before it gets from the way it came out of the ground to your mouth.
Well, and even before that, here's the problem in the United States. The grains aren't very, very real. You need to find ancient grains, and even those have been manipulated. If you're buying flour in the store, you might as well just eat arsenic. It's poison. It's bleached. They remove, and then through the process of making the flour, they remove all the vitamins. Then they have to enrich it back with vitamins, which your body can't even use. It's just so they can say that there's vitamins in there. The grains that we have in the United States are very different than the grains that you find in Europe. In fact, Ben Azadi recently did a video about this. He was talking about sourdough. But like, what kind of bread could you have?
Talked about it
Mike
too.
Mutzel has talked about this. The grains in the United States are poison.
If I go somewhere fancy that's not here, then I'll report back. If it, they're reporting back because they've gone someplace fancy.
Right.
But if I go someplace fancy, I'm going to tell you what I think about the bread there.
Chris said hot chocolate peanut butter salty with a touch of heavy cream.
Yum.
That sounds good. Juliana said, even if it's messy, it's exponentially better than what we had. I agree. Juliana said the old pyramid is done. Yep. Lisa said,
hey, Lisa.
Chris, I'm on 21 days of prayer and fasting, but come the end of the month, I will try it with creamy.
Nice. Bill says, here's an idea. Let's abolish dietary advice based on any pyramid.
Yep.
Right?
Lisa said, I'm afraid of fake meat now.
Yeah.
Yeah, fake meat is...
It's alarming. And I mean, we've tried different kinds just to see what it tastes like. I remember when we did the Impossible Burger from like the Whopper, what scared me the most was how much it tasted like a real actual beef without being anything.
Oh, I know.
And it was like, how many ingredients does it take? Not just to get to the Tootsie Roll center of a Tootsie Pop, but like, how many ingredients does it take to taste like meat and it's not meat?
Yeah. So Bill said grains are not only poison, but they are embedded with glycophosates and other chemicals, which again is one of the things that make them poison.
Yeah.
Juliana said, Joe, you didn't sing it like K-pop. No, I'm not going to sing it like K-pop. She said, zucchini, olives, cucumber, pepper, peas. I can go on and on. They're all fruits. Technically, there, I fixed that.
Right.
Larry said the new food pyramid is another opportunity for us to share how the proper human diet has helped us on our health journey. What a mission we have just been given by this flip.
Well, I'm thankful for any opportunity to talk about whole foods again. Like, we're coming off of the holiday season and people are looking up from their bag or their box or their Little Debbie's Christmas tree. And they're like, this probably isn't it. What would be better? What would be different? Because, I used to feel super gnarly. Even, pre-keto, when I normally felt gnarly, I felt extra gnarly when we were coming off of the holiday season. So as people are like looking up and being like, well, this is not it. I want to feel better than this. How can I start feeling better than this? I like how we're talking about food, and it's whole food.
Right.
So again, it's funny because probably rightfully so. I mean, I agree, you don't need to have just like a picture pyramid or whatever. It's just what people are used to, right? But I love the fact that because we're on the base instead of the point, there's a broader view.
Right.
And I think that that's the truth for most people, right? That you've got more ingredients than what would fit at the top of the thimble. And that's okay.
Yeah.
Right? I like that.
Andy said, I'll report back for the bread after we get back from Germany in May. European bread is amazing.
Let me know.
What it is that in a lot of other countries, the way they manipulate grains here in the United States is not legal in the other countries. And so that really changes things. Golf Addict said, ate nothing today, taking the nuclear bowl flush for my colonoscopy tomorrow morning. Looking to finally get the good or bad news. Side the prep seems to be the worst.
You're right. It's really not fun to go through that. We'll be thinking of you tomorrow and let us know how you're doing,
Barbara said, when's the last time any of us gave a hoot about the former version of the pyramid?
Right.
I mean, I personally haven't cared about it. I mean, it's more of, what people think, and they're like, so
it's nice to see somebody talk about red meat as not be like run.
Right.
I feel like that's been really the thing that has been the most scary to people is red meat. I can remember my parents talking about it. I can remember my grandparents talking about it, like lots of extended family members, people I worked with, talking about how much they enjoyed a steak or how much they love burgers, but they can't have red meat because if red meat's the worst thing ever.
Right. What is it? Demo?
Hey.
It's been a minute since I've caught a live stream. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you as well. I think we don't have any.
Yeah, and Andy says the prep is always the worst, but good on you for getting it done. Yes. That's something, again, if there's something that you've got an inkling, like I need to check this, go get it checked.
Right.
Like I'm actually this year, my mom has gotten on me enough that I am going to actually go get that thing looked at this year. We finally got some health insurance. So
yeah. Well,
I'm going to treat
not
myself.
having it for a year, that kind of stinks. It's more of just the deductible. The $10,000 deductible is like ridiculous.
Stacy here, non-scale Victor. I'm so happy to have my thyroid finally starting to function again. Energy, good sleep, mental stability returning. I eat Stacy keto, and that's what works for me. Well, Stacy, that is awesome. That's fantastic. Fantastic news. Speaking of energy, the energy keto group, and it's not too late to join if you're like, man, I'm ready now.
Right.
I took this week off, but is it too late for me to join? No, join the energy keto group. We're actually going to have our first, the week 1 live stream on Saturday. Saturday afternoon seems to be like the best time for the most amount of people. So Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. in Mighty Networks, we're going to be having our live stream.
It is recorded so that you can watch it. It takes about an hour after a live stream for it to go back up. But
yeah, so 3 p.m. on Saturday is when we're all going to get together and talk about the first week, kind of like what our thoughts are. It's interesting. It's so different than something that we've done as a January focus.
Right.
And I'm loving it. I really am. I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. And I hope everybody else is as well.
What is that? Div said, hello, a few minutes late. North Florida here.
Oh, how nice. What are your thoughts about the alcohol recommendation? I could tell Dr. Oz wasn't very happy about saying it was okay. I actually did not read up on that. I don't know if you saw.
I didn't
like
really,
that.
I didn't pay. We've been so busy. I really didn't pay too much attention to everything. I focused on the food.
And what was the alcohol recommendation, if you don't mind sharing?
I can look it up.
So Golf Addict says, yeah, I have 6 out of 8 of the symptoms. Plus, fit test was not good. Doctor then commanded me to get the butt probe. I'm sorry, but you seem like you have a good attitude about it, though. Vulcan Canada here. Cheers, all. So good I'm so glad you're here. So
the new dietary guidelines limit alcohol. Recommend to limit alcohol. A change from previous guidance that suggested ages 21 and over limit consumption to 2 drinks or fewer per day for men, and 1 drink for women. The new guidelines do not make a distinction between alcohol guidance for men and women, though scientific research has shown the sex is.
It's saying moderation over a specific amount. So for a specific
in other words,
person.
it used to be that you should limit your to 2 drinks a day for men and 1 for women, and now it doesn't specify at all whether man or women. It's the same.
He said it's okay to have alcohol because it's a social lubricant. I don't see that.
Yeah, no, I'm looking. I'm just reading the ABC News. I have to read up on it.
Yeah, we'll have to read on it. I do. I mean, I think most of us know that like alcohol isn't for your health, right? So usually most people are trying to not be like, make sure you're working the cruise drink package amount of alcohol every night. Certainly for us is
Dr. Oz said that alcohol is a social lubricant that helps bring people together.
So alcohol is oh my goodness, in the best case scenario, I don't think you should drink alcohol, but it does allow people an excuse to bond and socialize. Boy, I think that sounds like somebody trying to be funny. That's not funny.
Yeah.
That's not funny at all. I don't think that we need that as a social lubricant. We go on the 2KK cruises and I didn't need it to be able to socialize with people. I think a lot of people that start low carb keto protocol, especially when you start getting into oxidative priority, certainly do not use a lot of alcohol as social lubricants. But again, I think that is just a poor taste joke.
Yeah, this article from ABC doesn't really say what the new recommendations are, so I'll have to research more on it.
Yeah.
Golf addict question: do I take a doctor wine or flowers before the intrusion, or at least buy lunch afterwards?
I think they should buy you lunch afterward. I do think that you might want to bring in like a little card that says like, here are other things. Since you've gone straight to the getting to know me, that's the most personal. Here are some other things you might want to know about me, just, to go along with it. I hope people are not thinking it's okay to drink alcohol now. No, I don't think anybody really is like, yes. And we also need to start smoking cigarettes again. Wasn't that crazy? Dark and cloudy and looked like it was going to snow. Then the sun poked out, then strong wind and rain, and then hail and sun again. So yeah, it has been super duper pooper hot here today. Lynn said you have to make sure you are not watching the AI version of Dr. Oz. Yeah, definitely something that, we're just, he pulled up the first hot take and we've learned to like go watch a press conference because it's always like you get kind of an interpretation depending on who you pull up. Chris said, okay, finally done and at the computer keyboard, so I wasn't replying to in comments here. That's okay. Visual Keto said, Stacy, easy peasy keto. I've been on the thyroid journey for 20 plus years. And surprisingly, today, I finally feel like I found the right combination for me. That's awesome, Cynthia.
Okay, so
it's so different for every person. Go you.
So basically, the old guidance was women should drink 1 drink or fewer per day, men 2 drinks. The new recommendation is it removes all the wording and just says you should consume less alcohol for better health.
I think that's fair.
That's all it's saying. So it's not giving a recommendation of how much to drink.
Right.
It's just saying you should consume, like, the less the better.
I was going to say, it's kind of like...
Dr. Oz is the one who kind of jumped in and said, but it's a social lubricant, so it's okay.
Well, you don't want everybody mad at you. But my thought is kind of like when people say, how many total carbs should I have? And our answer is as little as possible.
Yes.
Because there's no carb that's essential. So we understand that you want carbohydrates because that's going to give you diversity of food. That's going to give you certain flavors and textures that you want, require a carbohydrate to deliver. We understand that. But if I say 20, you're going to eat to 20, right? If I say 30, you're going to eat to 30. Right. Or you're going to eat to 20 and act like somebody owes you 10, right?
I mean, here's the thing.
So I think if you're saying like, how much alcohol should I drink
Everybody
daily?
wants a number.
As little as possible.
Right. I mean,
right?
If you want to be honest, many people who regularly drink probably were beyond the recommendation before
Anyway,
I mean,
is
growing
that
up,
picanha in your beard? Are you saving that for later?
Growing up, I mean, my mom had 1 or 2 glasses of wine every single day. I mean, she wasn't drunk; she just enjoyed wine.
Sure.
You know, I mean, and that for a long time was a recommendation: drink wine every day; it's good for you.
Right. And now they're like, we're not actually going to prescribe wine.
Right. Chris said, I saw Dr. Bickman was part of the scientific advisory committee for the new guidelines. I'm worried that the U.S. versus them mentality, us versus them mentality will make people disregard the new guidelines.
Yeah,
he said, I'm worried the new guidelines will get thrown out in the next administration and that half the country will disregard the actual science in the guidelines because of politics.
Oh,
yes.
I really hope that doesn't happen. You know, there's always good things and bad things no matter what. And it's like, let's not throw the baby out with the bathwater, but we'll see. I mean, we have the opportunity right now while people are paying attention to be a testimony of what actually does work.
Yes.
Because we have done that. We've done it where we led with oatmeal. In fact, I mean, seeing it upside down, that remember for 2 years straight, that's the totality of all I ate. That's it. And I'm going to tell you, that was not better health. That was not better skin, mental well-being, hair, nails, nothing.
So, Demo said, thanks for your thoughts on this. I remember you saying that just because it fits your macros doesn't mean it. Yes.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. If you are new, and I know there's new people because it's the beginning of a new year, people are trying keto. Here's the thing about alcohol and keto. Really, there's no such thing as a keto-friendly alcohol. Okay, now, I say that as somebody who will occasionally have a drink. Rachel had 2 glasses of champagne the day we moved into the house and
woke up upside down,
kicking me in the head.
Do not recommend.
But be aware of this. So, yet there are low carb alcohols. There are 0 carb alcohols like vodka and gin and tequila. Those are 0 carb. There are 1 to 2 carb things. There's a low carb in wine. But they're not keto friendly. By that, I mean, you have to understand oxidative priority. Oxidative priority is the order in which your body prioritizes fuel that you consume. Alcohol is technically a fuel. It has calories. When you consume alcohol, your body will always work on that first because it is a poison. It can't store it. So when you consume alcohol, your liver will completely stop using fat for fuel, processing carbohydrates, producing ketones, and you won't be using ketones. So even if you have lots of ketones floating in your blood, until your body completely gets rid of that alcohol, which could take 1 to 2 to 4 days, depending on how much you have, you are no longer in ketosis, meaning you're not using ketones for fuel, and you are no longer in ketogenesis, meaning your body is producing ketones, until your body is completely dealt with all that alcohol. Not the buzz going away, all of the alcohol going away, which generally takes about 24 hours. That is why you could drink a 0 carb alcohol and test your ketones beforehand and say, like, I have a 0.7 ketones, and then consume alcohol, and the next day you still have a 0.7 because your body's not using the ketones that you have. It's using the alcohol.
So Storm Chasing Gal said, how's your kitty? Well, she's a man.
Shocking news.
She grew balls over the Christmas holiday.
Balls.
And so, yeah. So Maisie
is Mace.
Is now Mace Windu. But it has already like latched on to the name Maisie. So it's kind of like you have a
calling him Mace.
You have a Frank and but mom calls you Francis. That's kind of like where we're at right now.
So now we can castrate him on our own?
No.
Right now?
But
so now we actually we found out there's a place here in Arcadia, $30. The vet was like, don't have us do it. We're going to charge you $400.
Well, the vet was also like, he fooled them too.
So yeah,
this is the second vet visit.
When we first brought him in, I mean, I remember picking him up looking, yep, girl. Rachel not believing me, going to ChatGPT and uploading pictures.
That butthole and uploaded it.
ChatGPT is like, yep, a girl. We go to the vet, and the vet said, definitely a girl.
Definitely.
And then 4 weeks later, 3 weeks later, the vet, literally everybody in the office was like in amazement. They come out and they're like, you're not going to believe this. but Maisie is a boy.
Boy.
All of a sudden, testicles dropped out of nowhere.
So, and I can promise you that this cat, you know how boy cats do. It's like it's kind of like Puss in Boots from Shrek, and like leg firmly up in the air, just like licking it all. Like that cat has not done this up until yesterday after the doctor's appointment. All of a sudden is like, yeah, how did you not know that I was a dude? Because never did any of the indicators because we had Roscoe.
Yeah, but
now
he's a baby.
I am optimistic that Roscoe was a good hunter.
Yes, and so our girl cats were horrible hunters.
Also, Roscoe was quite the mama's boy. And so I have missed having a mama's boy cat.
Okay, get back up. So where do we see that? Maisie is a boy, or Mace now is a boy, and it is what it is. We wanted a girl, but now we have a boy. And it's funny, I mentioned it to Anthony, and he was like, if I had a nickel for every time that happened, I would have 2 nickels. But this actually happened to us once before.
With the bird.
With a bird. We got a bird, and the bird was supposed to be a girl. Absolutely, this is a girl. We called her Gracie. And then the DNA test said, nope, this is a boy.
It's Grayson. Okay, another topic. I have a pork butt in my freezer. What's the best way to make this for dinner tomorrow? Trying to use up my freezer food before I go out and buy more.
If you have a smoker, put it in a smoker, 240 degrees. If you don't, I would put it, you can do it in your oven. You can do it in an Instant Pot. It's going to be low and slow. Low and slow. Bitcoinist, $100 says people will add the steak and butter back in, but won't cut much in the way of fruit or carbs, so their weight will go up.
Aw, I'd like to be a little bit more optimistic than that. This whole thing sucks. It's going to end terribly.
Gabriel said the big thing is that schools for the next 3 years have to follow the new government guidelines.
That can help as far as like for I wonder how that will change like school lunches for a little bit.
I don't know.
Be neat.
Andy said pork butt in a slow cooker, 16 hours will break apart with a fork. It's so
good.
Golf Addict said after my test tomorrow, I'm going to look for a 72-ounce steak and some fried eggs.
Wow, I don't blame ya. Sabrina says pork butt in the crock pot for 10 hours on low, so tender and delicious.
Chris said, how about the 2KK getaway cruise in October? Miriam finally made the decision we're going. We already have our flights, the hotel for the night before, and the shuttle to and from the cruise.
I am so excited. I was actually just watching a review.
We're up at like 75 people.
75 people. Now we're only taking 100. So if you're interested in joining us for the 2KK cruise, do not wait.
Yes.
Just don't wait.
We're going to be going on the MSCC shore in 2 weeks.
To check it out. And I'm excited. I was doing, like I said, a cruise, tour of it. And I will say, it looks very fancy and swanky. I'm thinking it's going to be really cool. It definitely looks more like an adult ship than like a family ship. Does that make sense? There's just a lot of like, it looks very like
Anthony enjoys MSA.
Yeah. Anthony and Sarah really enjoyed it.
They're going tomorrow on the seaside.
Yes, for Sarah's
birthday. Andy said, you're ahead of Chris. Awesome news. Golf Addict said $400 to fix a cat in the States. Holy crap. Yeah. So we got, when we got her, our free cat, we took her to the vet and we did like the kitty package to get all of her vaccines. It's kind of important to me for that just because of where we are. You know, we have ticks and fleas and lots of strays. So we want to make sure she's at least protected. And so they did say that they'll give like 30% off fixing, but even the vet said, you don't want to do it here. It's like $300 to $400. And that the local shelter, because they're subsidized by donations, they will come in for neutering a boy, it's $30. Drop them off in the morning, pick them up in the afternoon, right over here at Peace River Campground.
We did the same thing with Joe. $30. I dropped him off. I picked him up later. It worked out great. Hap and Alicia are here. Good to see you. Just want you to know I love you guys.
John said, "Get the guy fixed ASAP, or your furniture will regret it." Oh, furniture will. Yeah,
we ain't doing that.
We were up in the air about it as a girl, but boy, I turned to her like, getting fixed. Don't need the spraying. So we actually have an appointment for February 4th because he only weighs 2.5 pounds right now.
2 pounds 7 ounces.
Yeah,
it's a boy. Annette says, I'm going on a cruise in early March, trying to be good, making your egg loaf with ham, and she's so good. A cottage cheese and a can of tuna today. Still hungry. Well, that's okay. It sounds like you are eating amazing food. You just may need more of it. So, but that sounds delicious. Andy said, we have to wait on the bonus from work before we can buy all our travel stuff for Florida in October. Lolo said, get to that boy. Yeah, away. Cat urine is one of the worst smells in the world. I completely agree. And Lolo, that's the first thing mommy said was like, oh my gosh, you're going to have to get him fixed because there will be no living
right now
with
he's only 9 weeks old.
But
the first appointment that I could get was February 4th, which is only in a couple weeks.
I think that under any normal circumstances, they may spray. But I think that with the amount of animals around, the feeling that you need to spray and mark your territory, like that's mine, would be like much heightened.
Stacy said, Ken and I are looking forward to 2K kickers after we missed out this year.
Yes.
But we are getting Ken fixed. Not like the cats, but his neck.
Yes. Thank you for getting his neck fixed. I'm sure he's probably like, yes, let's focus on the neck. Let's do that.
Marie said, we don't have cats, just dogs. My daughter said boy cats are the best if they decide on a cat. So we've had both.
I love a boy cat.
And the biggest reason I never liked male cats is they spray. And they wander. Male cat, even when they're fixed, they like to wander and gallivant.
But I don't mind it.
Girl cats, in our experience, in my experience, and I know my sister who is a big cat person, girl cats tend to stay closer to home, but girl cats are not as attached in my experience. Like girl cats are like, I'm going to be your friend, but on my terms. Whereas boy cats want to be all up in your business and sleep with you, and which I really don't want anyway. But my experience, boy cats are better hunters.
Yes. I can still remember.
He used to go in the trees and pull baby birds out of the nests.
He got, Roscoe, as we were talking about, got very lazy as far as like hunting. It's kind of like fishing in a barrel. Fishing in an aquarium is not the same as like his olden days when he was actually going out there and getting something, when he would bring back like truly a just hatched out baby bird from a nest, and then
you did have to climb the tree to get it.
You'd be looking at him like, this is not effort. We ain't giving you an A for this.
Yeah, well, what about the day that he literally came home at 2:00 in the morning and ran across the house? I opened up the door because he was a cat that he wanted to go out at night. He wanted to hunt. At night, he went out, he hunted. He never used a litter box in the house. He would wait and he would go out at night. And so he comes in at 2:00 in the morning. He's crying at the door. I open up the door. He comes running through the house. And I notice he's got something in his mouth. And all I can go is, Rachel, he's got a mouse. And as I come in the door,
I sit up,
he's jumped up on the bed and he is dropping a mouse that he has killed on her face. Like, here, Mom.
But I mean, at least he was mousing, okay? Let's talk about Charity, the girl cat, okay? We caught her on many occasions outside playing handsy with a mouse. Like, you hang up. No, you hang up. Oh, you're so funny. I love hanging out with you. I'll see you again tomorrow. Like, no killing of the mice.
Right.
Literally just like, they were going on weekend retreats together. That's not what I need.
Andy said we only had girl cats. I got sister kittles named Patches and Rascal.
Rascal, that's cute. How old is the kitty? It's 9 weeks old. They're suspecting.
Yeah.
Holy cat.
Luckily, we adopted all of our cats, and they were already spayed. A few, only $15 each to adopt through the county. So
here, not $15.
It's $250 for a kitten to adopt,
and
you have to jump through hoops.
Yeah, yes.
So hey, we rescued this cat.
Yes.
So, I mean, we did not go to a breed or anything. We rescued this cat.
Oh, Lisa's going to Meat Stock. I can't wait. Finally getting to meet you. I'm excited to meet you too. That's awesome. Oh, hey, what's up?
Andrew's here said, my daughter volunteers to foster rescue kittens until they can be fixed and recover enough for adoption.
I love that. We actually had gone through that process when we were in South Florida and then decided as a family that we could not be trusted to do that because most likely none of the cats that we fostered would ever see the light of someone else's home. Because it's just really hard to like foster and not just.
Chris said, I'm back for a bit. My mom wanted to get rid of her piano. One of the kids wanted it, so it needs to come to my house until the kid moves out. Miriam got piano movers to bring it here. Where are you going to put that? And just as somebody who has been there, done that, make sure it actually leaves when they leave.
Right.
Because we had somebody do that.
Can you just hold on for this?
I found this piano.
Yes.
And I'm going to restore it.
Oh, yeah.
He literally gets married, moves out, and it's still sitting in the garage.
It wasn't.
And now he's not even around to help me get rid of it.
I remember
and that thing was heavy.
It was very heavy. I mean, it was, once we got it to the front for like bulk trash, I mean, somebody did come and get it.
He was like, well, I want it. And I'm like, well, no. Like, come get it.
It was his project. But it took up like a fourth of the garage because it's like,
yes.
If you're going to fix up something, might as well be a grand piano.
As we were getting ready to move out, I put down straight rules. Listen, if you're using it, put it in your room. If it's in my garage or anywhere else, it's going.
It's garbage fodder.
And anything you don't take with you when you move out, it's gone forever. I am not storing anything. Big columnist.
Oh, don't read that.
Bitcoinist. Damn hell ass piano movers. What?
Rush.
Oh, Chris said they have piano movers right now.
Sarah G's boy cat would bring presents of mice.
DV said, how old is Kitty? You want to wait a minimum of 6 months. He won't start spraying till like a year and a half, but you want him to be able to develop with a swimmer.
We asked the vet.
The vet said actually for him, the earlier the better. Yeah. That it's really not that big of a deal. Because she said they don't experience it with cats like they do with dogs.
Yeah, because that was the first thing that I asked. Because we waited a long time before we got Tabitha fixed because we wanted to make sure like her growth plates and like you're saying like the hormones and stuff.
She said all the shelters here do it. Like when they weigh a pound, they'll do it. I'm like, that's like, that's what, 5 weeks old?
That's too quick for me. Marie said, do girl cats really go into heat once a month? Our son has an unfixed girl, and she seems to always be in heat. You know, I really feel like it depends. You know, it's the same thing for dogs, right? Like, I've met dogs that it just felt like they were always in heat. And
the worst thing was waiting for Tabitha, because they say, especially with, like, large breed dogs, you got to let them go through 2 heats before you fix them.
She hated it.
It was, ugh.
She would self-confine into the kitchen and would not make eye contact with anybody. She just hated it. She just felt terrible. Ugh. Jenny, our
blood
grand puppy,
everywhere.
It's like doesn't bother her a bit.
Anne
said my cat passed 7 years ago, but my office still smells because she wouldn't use the box even though I had 4 of them. I had one cat, Mr. Darcy, that I did adopt from a shelter and went back to that shelter. And when I returned the cat, they were like, that cat is back. And I was like, how many times has this cat been adopted and brought back? And it was many, because it had a weird thing that it refused to poop in any litter box. It pooped on any cord. So you can imagine like cords in your house. Any place there was a cord, the cat wanted to poop. So this was when we still had a landline for the phone. And so you had like the cord all the way around like a room. He just diarrheaed the whole thing, all of the baseboards, everything, anything there was a cord attached to. And I was like, brother, you are going back, because I have too many cords in my life. And I'm not even like a super high tech person, but like if it's pooping on the cord, we don't have enough Lysol.
Andy said, my cats brought a snake into the house. Luckily, it was in the unfinished basement and not my bed.
Oh.
Chris said we have an electronic piano that we'll be putting into storage until the kid takes the real piano.
We're taking your your electronic one.
The Bitcoinist said you can get a piano from Texan Edna Boyle's Organ Emporium.
Okay.
Deb said, oh, they get obese instead of muscular.
Oh, okay.
Juliana said, I have a mouse. They won't die or move. It made a nest in my Blackstone.
Oh.
3 kinds of traps. Too smart for all of them.
I'm telling you what, some of them really are super smart. Like we had tried a couple of different traps out by the barn. And I really think that the only thing that made them go was 2 neighbor cats that came because
But they're back now.
Because they were just like, that doesn't bother me. They could totally outsmart the trap.
John said we had a female that was declawed and she was an exterminator. She took several moles and chipmunks daily.
Wow.
I still have no idea how she did it. By the way, we didn't declaw her.
Yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of that. But like, yeah, the fact that that's like, man, the fact that she could, no claws, just holding down with the paw and teeth.
DW said, my son and my sister's male cats were fixed before 6 months old. They both died at the age of 6.
Aww.
All the vets will tell you as soon as they weigh enough. Yeah, I mean, the big problem that I see with a lot of people with cats is diabetes, but I think that's because of the cat food.
Yeah, I mean.
Because cats are carnivores.
Mace has been eating meat.
Yeah.
This whole time. Like meat. You talk about like if he smells that you have meat, like
it's kind of annoying.
God help you.
Gotta lock him in another room.
Tonight to enjoy the picanha, he had to go in our bedroom because he is not standing for meat in his presence. Like if I go get lunch meat out of the refrigerator, he climbs up my body.
You can't even eat a carnivore bar around him.
Oh my gosh, he freaking loves the carnivore bar. It's awful. But also, our meat things.
Let's be clear. We're not giving him.
We're not giving him.
He wants it because he smells it.
He's taken it in some situations.
Not from me.
But I was eating a meat thin, and he comes right up. And he climbs up the thing, and I'm putting it into my mouth, and he's at the other side of the rectangle, like Mr. Pac-Man. And I thought, who's going to get this first? It's going to get my meat then.
Barbara said, I actually had a cat that preferred to do all its business in the toilet.
Wow. Did you train it to do that? Or did it just like figure it out? That's got to be some sort of like savant cat.
Lynn said, mice, a box of corn muffin mix and baking soda. They can't burp.
Oh, that's interesting. I've never heard that before. That's amazing.
Kim said the 10% fat cap is going to stranglehold all of the institutions that might want to provide higher animal protein meals. They'll be forced to choose plant-based sources instead.
We'll see. Jujube says, Lynn, how long does that take, and is the dog safe? I have 2, one that's 85 pounds and one that's 7 pounds. Yes, she's got 2 dogs that are very different in size. I love it.
Let's see. Oh, so next week's live stream is going to be on Wednesday, not Thursday, because we are going out to dinner with Matt from
Liquefied. From Liquefied and Matt's.
We're actually
RV
going
reviews.
to Top Golf.
Oh, how fun.
Not that I will be playing Top Golf, but that's where we're going.
I've played Top Golf. It's really fun, but it's a little bit scary when you're on the edge like of the driving range because you're very high up normally.
JJ said we have 2 cats, a neutered adult man and an unaltered female kitten, 4 to 6 months. She's already killed 3 mice in the house this year. Gotta love living surrounded by fields.
Wow, that's amazing.
The Bitcoinist, they can't burp, they can't escape glue traps either, but those are horrible. I'll tell you what, we in our old house, we tried everything, and we tried the glue traps, and they escaped them too.
They escaped them, and what happened was we got a possum, and I felt terrible. And getting the possum off of the glue trap almost killed me. So like not going back there again.
I tried like the glue trap where like I lined the whole thing over and
you
only
ever
put
tried
food
to
on the middle.
trap a possum? They will fight that, even though you're helping them.
What is that? This one,
Gail.
Gail. We have a lot of mice and rats. Flour mixed with plaster of Paris does a good job. Just have to make sure no other animal can get to it.
Boy, you guys have all kinds of things about this. We should just go to you guys first. DW said, I take care of 20 cats that were on property when I moved in. My mother worked with rescues for 15 years. That's wonderful. Bob and Donna said, we had a male cat fixed before 6 months, ate raw meat, and he lived to 16 years old. Roscoe was fixed early, ate crap because we didn't know no better, and lived to 18.
You want a testimony to feeding a raw diet to a cat? My sister's cat is 23 years old. Yes. She just feeds it like raw chicken and then like
23.
She gives it raw chicken and then different types of like, animal organs and stuff, but
all raw.
Yeah. 23 years old.
Doing well. Yeah, because it's not, here, and it's been a cold winter for them so far.
Yeah.
Cats in and out. It's amazing. So it's not like it's just sustaining life. It's living still.
Barbara said the cat decided to use the toilet on its own.
Wow.
We had a litter pan available, but he liked the toilet. Pretty comical watching him straddle.
That is amazing. I would love it if Mace would do that. John said they have potty training kits for cats. You don't need to worry about that. He'll probably use the yard once he realizes he can. We have a very swanky.
We have the litter robot.
Cat box.
And he does love it.
And he does seem to love it a lot. And I'm loving the fact that I am so not involved with the cleaning it of it. Because that was honestly the one thing that was holding me back from getting a cat was dealing with the poop and pee. Like, when you don't have to clean a litter box anymore, you're not like, yay, I'm going to start cleaning a litter box again. So this really makes it easy. It was not free, but it is good.
Juliana said they won't go on the glue trap or they got off. They got off. They got off. We got one because the food would disappear and I would put I'd line them up and put the bait only in the very middle one.
I swear it had a
claw. So that it had to go across them and they would get off. We did get one where it stayed stuck to the glue trap, but it was able to keep running somehow and it drowned itself in the pool. So we stopped that.
Yeah.
And I know there's probably going to be people say like, oh, well, you shouldn't kill them. Like they're taking our eggs. I won't put poison out.
No,
but
we won't do any kind of poison because we have chickens and other animals here. There's no way because I can't be sure that the chickens won't get into stuff. I have to be careful even if we have a box here and it goes out into the trash. I have to bury it if it has any form of styrofoam in it because the chickens noodle out styrofoam and it scares the crap out of me. So I have to hide styrofoam. So I'm definitely not bringing anything poisonous on here, but I am concerned that of the mice hurting the chickens. You know what I mean? If they try to fight back, sometimes we can get some broody hens that don't want to give up their eggs. And, if the mice are coming for them, I don't want to risk my babies.
Visual Keto said glue traps, we used to have them above our suspended basement ceiling until an enterprising long-haired kitten somehow got in up there, got 2 legs stuck in one, and thankfully got back upstairs.
Oh, so Connert said, I came across your channel looking for a pemmican. The question is it a good rule of thumb to always use the same weight in tallow as the dry meat? I used too little tallow and it was horrid.
So there is an approximate, but it really comes down to your texture. So it should be you shouldn't be swimming in fat, but it shouldn't be dry either. So it should hold shape at room temperature. And so when I look at our pemmican, when we make it, you shouldn't have evidence of a lot of fat without the ground beef or ground meat or whatever you're using. So the good starting point, as we say in our video, is at that ratio. But I always like to start with a little bit less fat and then add until I get to the texture that I'm looking for.
So Carla said, Rachel, do you use your vibration plates every day? Yes, I do. In fact, I was on them this morning when Joe had to go to Home Depot. I'm loving it. Sometimes it's hard for me to make time for self-care because I'm like, there's other work that I could be doing. And so what I did was while I was using the vibration plate this morning, I used it for time to watch the walkthrough video on the cruise, because then I thought, okay, well, I'm doing something else that's productive. And but I'm loving it. Yeah. Are you guys using yours? I almost made a post this morning because I was using it every other day and now I'm trying to use it every single day. Why? Because I bought it. And I thought I should probably make a post and just ask, are we using our Christmas presents? Because that was a Christmas present to me, right? And so I don't want it to just become clutter in the house. If it was a Christmas present, I need to use it. And so I was thinking, I wonder, is everybody using their Christmas present? Are you using the thing that you bought?
John said they say indoor cats live longer than outdoor cats. We had an indoor-outdoor cat that lived to 16. Roscoe was our longest living cat, and he was an indoor-outdoor cat.
My Casey growing up was 18 when he passed, and he was indoor-outdoor too.
Demo said litter robot and cat water fountain is a life changer, especially with 3 cats. They are happier, and I'm happier because we haven't tried the cat water fountain.
I haven't tried the
litter robot. I love. Now, Maisie is not even big enough to set it off, so we have it where like it won't even go. It doesn't do her weight and anything. They tell you 2 pounds, but like honestly, everything I've read online, they say that it's really just that she's moving around, but not her weight. In there. So her going in there never registers as a visit, because now everything online, they tell you 2 pounds, but everything I read online said it doesn't really work that well until they get to about 3.5 pounds.
We're just not taking any chances right now.
So I have it basically where it won't clean it. I just hit the button several times a day.
Yeah. So when we think of it, it's not like it's that hard to be like, oh, did we clean the litter box? Hit the button.
All I do is look in and see, is it flat and even? Yeah. Because that cat digs to China when it goes to the bathroom.
It really does. It's like it's never satisfied. Like, how deep is your poop? How deep is your poop? I really need to know.
Visual Keto said, for clarity, it takes lots of Goo Gone and a couple of Dawn baths to get glue trap goo off of a long hair kitten. By the way, he loved to ride the rainbow vacuum head. Blue-eyed, so he might have been deaf too.
Oh my goodness. Chris said Miriam uses her vibration plate multiple times a day. It's been worth the investment. And I'm thankful it was Miriam that really set me onto this vibration plate, and I love it. I really do. My vibration plate arrives on Sunday. Yay, Marie. I can't wait to see how you like it. Jamie said, I have a calico cat and she loves it when I feed her chicken liver. Yep. Andy said, tell that to my rebounder. I use the vibration plate more than bouncing. So now your one device is getting jealous of the other one. Cynthia said, my daughter just ordered her vibration plate. I can't wait. Marie said, vibration plate, foam roller, and flex stick for the shoulders, all Christmas gifts for me. I love that. Because you know what I used to buy for me? Chocolate.
Yeah.
And like junk food. And so now I feel like self-care is actually caring for the self, instead of saying, well, this muffin from Dunkin' Donuts, I get, 2 minutes to eat it while I am in the car driving to work. There's my self-care.
Yeah.
And now it's like I have dedicated time, on my vibration plate, enjoying it.
So Stacy said, I'm getting back to using my vibration plate. Self-care is important. It helps joint pain and neuropathy, and good mojo that you're taking care of yourself.
That really is, because honestly, especially I'm going to say, at least for me as a mom, I really worked so much like poor pitiful me everything goes out to my family. I'm always sacrificing of myself. I really curated like a negative mindset in that area.
So we were watching.
So now we have no kids at home, but I'm still like, I'm so pitiful. It's like, okay, well, now you have time for you, so go turn your attention to yourself.
We were watching a preacher the other day, and they were talking about health, and it's talking about that you're spending, if you're not taking care of your health now, that you're basically spending your future. And it's like, I look at it, it's like failure, not taking care of your health now, like whether it be, like eating the right foods or getting the right movement in, it's pretty much like putting your future on a credit card.
With no intention of paying it.
With no, like basically it's debt.
Right.
You have to pay that bill at some point.
Well,
and so if it's pay cash now, right? Paying cash means take care of your health now, do what you need to do, eat the right foods, get the movement in. Or you can pay with a credit card and pay for it later. In other words, don't care what you're doing right now, which is a lot of the younger generation, because they're not thinking about their future, right? Our kids are in their 20s. They're not thinking like, hey, I'm going to die someday.
I didn't think
right?
about that.
Most
when
of
I was
us
in my
don't.
20s.
But you're paying for your future by not doing it right now.
My 40s were definitely like recovery for 20s and 30s decisions. Right. It was literally pretty much that, the better part of that decade, just trying to get back to feeling okay in my body.
Right.
It was a lot of recovery.
And I'm definitely guilty of it. I mean, the person that we were watching was talking about how they'd gone to the doctor. The doctor said, I need you to come back in 6 months because I think I may see something. And they waited 3 years and turned out to have cancer.
Right.
And you're like, but if I would have gone back in 6 months when they told me to, maybe I wouldn't have been in that situation.
Right. Where I had to.
And I'm definitely guilty of that. Right.
Yeah.
And so like, it's just like, we need to handle things now. Okay, we are going to get Handy said give Rachel brisket. That's her dopamine hit.
That's my dopamine hit.
We're going to get off, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, for those of you in Energy Keto, we'll be doing the live check-in on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And we will be back live again on Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern for Keto Beyond the Couch.
We love you guys.
Have a good night.